Hi everybody, welcome to another deep dive into CRMs. My name is Manaka Saar from Ucidity, and today I've got a special guest with me, Blake McCullough from GMS. Blake, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, mate. It's good to be on.
You're very welcome. Today, we are going to be talking about ActiveCampaign and the benefits of using ActiveCampaign as a CRM platform.
The powerful tool it is.
And how cool it is. Okay, well, we'll see. No, mate, look, we'll kick it off. I think it'll be great for everyone just to get a little bit of insights into GMS and what you guys do before we start rolling into the chat about CRM.
Yeah, absolutely. So I founded the agency back in 2016. We initially were just servicing Facebook advertising for service-based businesses within Sydney. Have since expanded into sort of an omni-channel approach. So we help manage advertising across any of the major platforms you could think of across social, search and display. And yeah, we help sort of mostly online brands in verticals including coaching, e-commerce, finance and health and medical. And yeah, today, I guess during 2020, we've sort of had a bit of a impact at the start, but have come out the other end stronger, and actually has proven the fact that services like our own in the digital space are becoming much more needed for businesses that have had a bit of a kick up the arse. So yeah, happy to sort of and grateful to be still in business, I guess, after what's happened this year.
And then essentially ActiveCampaign has become a tool to allow you to be able to grow that exponentially.
Yeah, look, I think I've been marketing most of my career. I even studied it back in university. Not that I knew that I was going to go into marketing, I sort of just fell into it. But I first learnt the skill back in around 2012 when I was working for an event company. We were doing a lot of education seminars, and the event world is quite a hectic industry to be in when it comes to digital marketing regarding getting people to, register for an event, getting them to turn up, all the collateral you need to do. And, my skill was spread across lots of different areas there as a marketing manager. Obviously, one of the most important things at that time working for that company was CRM management. I've since worked with most of the major ones. So at that time, I was working with Salesforce and Pardo. It was actually ExactTarget before I became Pardo. Worked with MailChimp and Campaign Monitor, you name it, I've probably either heard of it or worked with it. Today, not so much in terms of the execution of CRMs, but I've got a pretty solid understanding of the strategy and what makes a good CRM versus one that might not be the best fit. But I think CRMs is always a tricky conversation to have for business owners out there, wanting to know what is the best CRM for their business. And I think it really just comes down to their stage of business and how much of a fit it is to them versus what is the best CRM. I think certain CRMs are better for other companies versus, say, an enterprise client versus a small business or a small to medium business. There's certainly better options for the different stages of businesses.
I couldn't have wrapped it up better. And what a great segue into the next question. So what are some of the best features and unique features about ActiveCampaign? What kind of got you guys to select that one as the right fit for your...
Yeah, I mean, I always think about particularly in the service industry and having an agency, I always try and have systems and processes so that we're not trying to manage 100 different systems out there, because it is endless. Marketing is endless. So I think what we've done is really streamlined our efforts into certain systems that we use for our clients and also for ourselves as an agency. ActiveCampaign just seems to sort of tick a lot of the boxes, not only for the size of business that we're in, but also for most of our clients. And I think what makes it so unique and such a great, robust platform is, number one, the price point. It is quite cost effective to get started. Number two, the ability to have both a CRM as well as an email automation segment of it. So having two for one just makes it, sort of the best option for the cost of it is for any small business out there. But not only small business, there's also a lot of large companies using it. So you can use it to your own will. And I think one of the other main reasons why I love it is that you don't really need to go hectic on customizing it for your business. So it is quite out of the box, which again, a lot of people don't want to spend a huge amount of money hiring someone to manage it or getting, a third party to onboard that system for them. So I feel it's just quite a flexible and dynamic system to use for a lot of small businesses out there.
Yeah, cool. And that kind of actually covers off a couple of what we would call those industry myths. You know, what are people saying about that platform that aren't necessarily true? Do you have any more insights on those kind of things? Have you heard people say ActiveCampaign is not great for, you know?
I think a lot of people would probably say that it may not be the best to scale with. You know, maybe they might say that you might have to go with something like a Salesforce for scalability, but at the end of the day, there's no point, in my eyes, there's no point getting a system that costs a fortune just for the fact that you think you're going to scale in 10 years time. I think go with the option that's going to suit you now and then cross the bridge later when it comes. I mean, the business is going to have to change processes when it gets from growth to scale to exit anyway. I don't think it's wise to be spending time on a system and automation features, particularly if you're below that sort of 2 or 3 million mark. Your effort should be solely focused on revenue generating activities, not trying to build some customized dashboard and CRM for your business, because eventually you're going to exit in 10 years time.
Yeah, cool. I like that insight, man. It's a really, really different take on other conversations that I've had around this space. And I like because it actually is commercially focused. It's focused around where you're at right now, not the hopes and dreams, you know? So how do we make it right now?
Yeah. I think too, people are so fixated on what's going to happen in the future, and that's all good to pre-plan. And I'm a big proactive worker myself, but yeah, I think like you can it's shiny object syndrome, right? And just because something does everything that you feel you're going to be in that position down the track doesn't mean that that's the best option now.
You mentioned before as well that quite often it's tailored towards smaller businesses. Would you say that's probably it's
Yeah, so like again, it's probably a myth saying that it's just for small businesses. It's certainly not. I think it's just very attractive for small to medium-sized businesses. And look, they're the ones that are probably looking for a solution like this versus a household name or an enterprise solution, right? The enterprise clients and companies probably have got their own customized CRM because they're going to have that when they've got a workforce of 100, 200 or 1,000 plus. But yeah, I mean, just for the fact of how easy it is to integrate ActiveCampaign into a business, how easy it is to merge your data across to it, to set it up. And obviously, again, going back to the cost itself, I think it is definitely attractive for people that are looking, one, to either switch or to get started with a CRM if they don't have one.
Cool. And then would you say it's not really a good fit for anyone in particular?
I would probably say, just from like having worked both with services and products in who we help as clients, I would probably say that ActiveCampaign probably is a better fit from a service point of view. And I know that there's a lot of like coaches and I guess like digital marketers and agencies using ActiveCampaign versus say someone who might be selling fashion apparel online through Shopify. Klaviyo might be a better option there for that instance, because ActiveCampaign has a CRM. So, you know, an e-commerce store might not need that function. So that's why, you know, it might be better suited for service clients.
Rather than the CRM side of it.
Yeah, that's right.
There's like auto responses and stuff like that, which I haven't heard of that actually before. What is it, Klaviyo?
Klaviyo, yeah, it's more of like an e-commerce solution because ActiveCampaign has the sales pipeline. You know, that function wouldn't be needed as much in an e-commerce sense.
So then what types of systems have you seen it integrated with, or what are you guys, you know, what are kind of like the shiny object type integrations that you guys might be using ActiveCampaign for?
Look, we have a lot of automation. So all the landing pages that we have set up, you know, you can automate emails off the back of pretty much any workflow when it comes to ClickFunnels, even your own landing pages or funnels through WordPress. You know, ActiveCampaign will probably integrate with the majority of the main websites and landing page systems out there. So I don't think that would be an issue. Zapier, you know, you can just connect to Zapier to one system to another. So ActiveCampaign and most of the well-known systems out there shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, I mean, we use ActiveCampaign for automating our email and SMS workflows from a prospecting point of view all the way through to onboarding. We can even set up alerts when people have reached a certain milestone in their customer journey. So you can do pre, post, and obviously like way down the track in their customer journey.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cool. So from the pricing side, what's kind of the ballpark of getting it installed? Did you guys do it all on your own? And then what kind of ROI have you seen for the business?
Yeah. So, I mean, to get started, they've got a free trial. I think most of the CRMs out there would have some sort of like 7 or 14-day free trial. But even still, like getting signed up as a paid customer on ActiveCampaign is only $9. It goes up to an enterprise solution here I'm looking at for $229 per month, which is quoted in USD. But basically, it gets more expensive with the more customers and contacts you have in your database, which is typically the case in any platform out there. So I mean, like, what was the other question other than that?
Just the ROI, like what kind of benefits?
Oh, the ROI, yeah, the ROI. I mean, that's obviously quite hard to track, but from our emails that we send out from an EDM point of view, we've probably got like 10% of our customers coming from emails. It should be a little bit more than that, because we do use ActiveCampaign as more of like a set and forget system. We're not in it every day. However, we are building out our sales engine at the moment, and we're actively building out our pipeline, both from an inbound and outbound point of view, and also from an account management point of view too, to alert those different milestones that we have with our customer. So yeah, hard to really say from an ROI point of view, but it's certainly essential to get people through, because there's one thing generating all the leads for a business, it's another thing actually getting them to purchase once they've seen you enough to make the decision. So if you don't have email funnels set up, at least to the bare minimum, off your lead generation, then you're certainly going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. Yeah. And like SMSing as well, like ActiveCampaign has a pretty seamless SMS integration there, which I think is like super important when it comes to prospecting. So from a sales point of view, it's been pretty easy. And like we've just onboarded our new sales manager, head of sales here at GMS, and he's been with us for 2 months, and he's already knows the system back to front. So that's testament itself of how easy this is.
Oh, that's amazing. So that's perfect for my next question, which is how much time does it usually take to implement?
Yeah, not long at all. I mean, as I said, I think the main functions we use is the email automation. Once that's set up, obviously you just keep tweaking it as you go. The pipeline for your sales prospecting, so you can customize your different stages of your deals. It can be from lead to application to booked call to closed deal. You can even then have another deal that then automates a welcome email. So all these different stages that you drag new context across into each element, you can have different emails triggering off. You can even integrate your email workflow with advertising too, which is something we don't do that much, but I know that that's also possible. So there's a lot of different like workflows you can spit off, dependent upon what stage of the journey either your prospect or customer's in.
Looks like you guys are going to use it more and more as your business keeps growing. And
we are. Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. It's not something that you just build and that's it. There's always things that you're going to tweak and change and improve and expand on.
That's awesome, man. Well, look, this has been amazing. It's actually really cool to hear from somebody that's not only in an agency and a service-based business, but also using the tools to maximize the use in that business. Because often, you could talk to a million CRM people and they'll tell you that their CRM is the best, but it's nice to actually have somebody who's in the, feet on the ground using the program and saying, actually, this is how we can take advantage of it and keep using it to grow the business.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, with that all said, it's always great to see where there's opportunities for you as well. So who are the kind of people that you guys love to connect with and would like to have a chat with?
Yeah. I mean, if there's anyone out there wanting to get some advice, either from an ActiveCampaign point of view or from an online advertising point of view to help grow their business, certainly can reach out to me directly. My email is blake@growthmarketingsystems.com. And yeah, as I said before, obviously we're sort of in the space of helping online brands across both service and e-commerce industries. So yeah, happy to have a chat nonetheless, even if it is just a conversation. Certainly happy to lend my time.
On the digital ad side, just to get some clarity there. So it's Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram.
Basically anything that we can buy media from directly. So 80 to 90% of our media right now is spent on Facebook and Instagram. The rest of it would be on Google, YouTube, and then outside of that, we've also worked with buying media on LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Snapchat from a social point of view. We're not quite at TikTok at the moment, but it's something we're eyeing off. And we also have strategic partnerships in the programmatic space, so we can also extend it out to display networks too.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Well, man, look, thank you very much, everybody. This is like definitely a very, very useful agency to connect with. You're looking at an ad spend, and I think it's fantastic how you're also blending in with some partners to do programmatic advertising campaigns. So that's fantastic. Thank you very much for your time today. Thank you for all your insights on ActiveCampaign and the information about your business too. I will pop the email address into the article itself. So if you are looking to connect with Blake, you're welcome to do so. Other than that, any kind of closing remarks?
No, I think, automation all the way, but also don't forget the human element.
Yes, true. And that is the fine balance, right? Is getting automation to feel as natural and as authentic as possible. It's not just about shooting off a bunch of emails and SMSs. It's about servicing the customer, and that should be the key focus. Yeah,
that's right. And I think the fact that we're sort of heading towards a forced digital revolution, it is going to be something that's going to be, people hiding behind their computer screens, but pick up the phones. You can still have that human element in your digital marketing.
Thank you very much. And to everybody, please like, comment, and share. And if you do have any feedback or you want to speak to Blake, feel free to connect. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me on.
Pleasure, mate. See you later.
Cheers.